Well, everybody, welcome to the next game in the Cincinnati Reds 1990 History Maker Baseball replay. In the previous game, Montreal and Cincinnati played the first game of the series, and Montreal took a 2-0 lead in the first inning. Cincinnati came back with 3 runs of their own, and that was in the bottom of the 6th. And then, of course, in the top of the 7th, we rolled a balks and bogeys roll that turned out to be a rain out. The game was called due to rain, but since we were in the 7th inning, it was an official game, and the Reds won it 3-2, rain-shortened game. So game 2 of the series comes out with Jack Armstrong against Oil Can Boyd, and we get to do the game day checks again. Reds 7 in a row, so they're automatically harmonious since they won those 7 in a row. Let's see what we're checking for game day. 5, we are checking local media. So let's see what happens with the local media. That's a 2, so it's a major perk with a player. Which player? Number 5, it's a pitcher. Okay, a major perk with a pitcher. Now, which pitcher? So which pitcher we come down here? It's a 2, and it's last game's starter. So that's Tom Browning gets a major perk. So let's see what the major perk's going to be. 4, he is hot till further notice. So we're going to have Tom Browning. Oops, put it down here on the red side here. Browning is going to be hot until further notice. So assuming that the Reds don't have a lot of other things happen to take that away, then the next time he gets a start, he will be hot continuously, no matter what the right now result would say. Normally, he would default to a hot status. So that's what we have. We look at our starting lineups. It's DeShields, Grissom, Raines, Wallach, Galarraga, Walker, Fitzgerald catching this time, Owen, and Boyd. Raines, the hot batter, Owen, the cold batter. For the Reds, they have Sabo, Winningham, Larkin, Benziger, O'Neill, Morris, Duncan, Oliver, and Armstrong. Benziger, the hot player, and O'Neill, the cold player. All right, Reds 10-3. Expos 9-7. So I'm playing this almost like an hour after I played the other game. Everything's still set up on the table, which is what I wanted. So I did want that so that I don't have to keep going back and forth. I'm doing it as a live broadcast, but it's under unlisted, so I can put this out later, and that way I can play without having to do anything with the chat. So maybe that will help streamline it a little bit more. We shall see. Don't know. Let's go to the Strat computer, and we find out that Jack Armstrong is 1-1 with a 1.56 earned run average, 17 innings pitched, 13 hits, 3 walks, and 14 strikeouts. So Delino DeShields will be your starting pitcher. Your leadoff hitter. And before I forget the umpires, we rotate them one base. So Jerry Crawford, who was at first base, is now the home plate umpire. Demuth, who was at second, is now at first base. Hallion, who was at third, is at second base. And Doug Harvey, the home plate umpire from the previous game, is now at third base. So both pitchers pitched complete games in those 6 innings of pitching. So both bullpens are well rested. So if you have to dip into the bullpen, it is not a problem. They will be well rested. Here's the Armstrong to DeShields to get us underway. 2-3-6. That's a double control quality that Armstrong does not have. So DeShields will get the leadoff walk to start things off, and he's going to be trying to get the lead. And simply in History Maker Baseball, to get the lead, you just need a dot, and he gets that. So 1-4, he steals it. 5 or 6, he's out. He's out. Caught stealing to Shields. It's caught stealing. How about that? Tried to be aggressive and it didn't pay off. As Joe Oliver threw him out. Duncan put on the tag, second baseman for the out. 1 away, and here's Marquise Grissom. That's a 3-4-5. That asks if it's an iron catcher, and Oliver is not an iron catcher. Does the batter have a good eye? No, he does not. It's a strikeout, and that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart for the next at bat. Armstrong will be semi-hot, and Raines will be neutral since he has not come to the plate yet. So semi-hot pitcher against neutral batter. And now they're both neutral. 5-6. Hot pitcher? No, he's not a hot pitcher, so it's going to be infield drama. And for the Reds, Duncan at second is semi-iron. Everybody else is neutral. Now, Duncan will be iron if he's called upon, but it is an infield drama check. 3-6. Third baseman gold. No, Sabo is not gold, so it's going to be an error on Sabo. So Sabo with the error, E5, and Raines will reach on the two-base error. Raines will reach. Let's see if Raines can get the lead. He does. Again, a 1 through 4. And he's caught stealing again. So 2 caught stealings in the inning. Boy, you think you got something going for if you're the Expos, but then Joe Oliver says, not so fast, my friend. 2 consecutive caught stealings. And that's going to end the inning. How do you like that? Boy, trying to be aggressive and play fair for both teams and not ignore the active runner on base and try to give the Expos something to play for, to, be aggressive, and it gets thrown out. So Tim Wallach will have to lead off next inning. So nothing doing for the Expos. They reach on an error, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the first, Montreal nothing, and the Reds coming to bat. And Chris Sabo will lead things off for the Reds. Sabo hitting .309, no homers, 5 driven in. So 1-3-3 for Sabo, or actually for Boyd. It's blank for Boyd. Is he a slugger? Sabo is a slugger. That's a home run. Home run to dead center field. The first home run of the season for Chris Sabo. And how about that? It's a good time for Sabo to do that. His first home run of the year, a 1-3-3 slugger result. He is a slugger. No dot needed. Good thing is he didn't get the dot, but he didn't need the dot. He is a slugger, and it's out of here. Sabo had 25 home runs in the real season. This is his first one in his 56th at bat. And that gives the Reds a 1-0 lead. Chris Sabo taking oil can deep on the very first at bat of the game. And here's Herm Winningham in limited duty. He's only had 5 at bats. He's 1 for 4 for a 200 average. No homers and 1 driven in. That is a 1-2, or is it 2-2-6? My bad, 2-2-6. And it is batter hit by pitch. Yes, there's a dot there. So now Jerry Crawford has warned Oil Can Boyd, as we have a home run followed by a hit by pitch. So that could be a little bit suspicious. And so they have talked to Oil Can Boyd, and they've issued warnings to both benches saying we're not going to have any of that stuff. So Winningham's aboard for Barry Larkin. Larkin hitting .358, no homers, 6 driven in. 1-2-6 is fresh. Check. Yes, he is. It's a line out to second base, and that's 1 away as Larkin is retired. Lines it right to the Shields for out number 1. And that'll bring up the cleanup man, Todd Benzinger. And Benzinger on the replay hitting .373, 2 homers, 11 driven in. And that's a 1-1-4, which is also a freshness check. He is fresh. It's a ground out to short with a lead eye 1. That's a double play, 6-4-3, just what the doctor ordered. And that's going to do it for the Reds. They get the 1 run, and that is it. The home run from Sabo is all they get at the end of 1 inning of play. It is Cincinnati 1 and Montreal nothing. And that will send up Tim Wallach to start off the top of the second. Wallach, third baseman. 3-4-5, iron catcher, no. Good eye, no. It's another strikeout, and it's in blue again. So we're going to the right now chart, just like in the first inning. So Armstrong will be semi-hot, and Galarraga will be neutral because he has not come to the plate yet. Now Armstrong is a hot pitcher. Right now chart 1-4, cold batter. No, he's not a cold batter. If he was, he'd strike out. Otherwise, outfield drama. So we go to outfield drama for the Reds, and everybody in Cincinnati's outfield is neutral. We get a 2-3. Center fielder iron. No, he's not iron. It's a fly out. So Winningham, not being iron, was able to make that catch for out number 2. So 2 down. And that will bring up Larry Walker. (1-4-5). And that's asking if the pitcher is a struggler, which he is not. So it's a ground ball to first. And that's going to end the inning as Benziger will take it to the bag himself. And Montreal is retired pretty easily here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Cincinnati. And Paul O'Neill will step up. He is a designated coal batter in this game. O'Neill on the replay hitting .326, a homer and 8 driven in. 3-3-4, ace or star. He is a star, so it's going to be a pop out to first base. Galarraga will haul it in, one away. And O'Neill is retired for Hal Morris. Played a lot of first base, but in the beginning of the year, played a lot of left field. So he's going to be in left field for this game. Limited duty for Morris. He's 2 for 10, 200 average, but both of those hits were doubles. And he has no homers and 1 run driven in. 1-2-3, Flash and Fresh. He's not Flash. He is Fresh, but he's not Flash, so it won't be a strikeout. Instead, it will be a ground out to short for out number 2. So Morris is retired, and that brings up Mariano Duncan, second baseman. He is hitting .400 even. No homers and 5 driven in. 3-3-6, ace or dynamic, he is not. Sad sack, utility, or patient, none of those. That's going to be a single for Mariano Duncan. That is also in red, so we're going to the experience chart for the at-bat of Joe Oliver. However, the advantage goes to Boyd, who's an icon, and Joe Oliver is a semi-prospect on the experience chart. Now, Joe Oliver is a prospect. So prospect batter against an icon pitcher, 1-3. Prospect pitcher, no, he's not a prospect pitcher. If he was, it'd be a single. Otherwise, it's a ground out to third. And that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there for the Reds. We played 2. Score still 1-0. Favor of Cincinnati on the home run from Chris Sabo to lead off the game. That's been it. We now go to the top of the third. And Mike Fitzgerald, new player, as Santavina caught the previous game, so Fitzgerald's catching this one. 1-4-5. And again, pitcher not a struggler, so that's going to be a ground ball to third. And that's 1 away. For Spike Owen, who is the designated coal batter for this game for Montreal. 3-5-6, though, is a left-right split. Left-right split, 3-5-6, but utility or sad sack grounds out to short. He is utility, so he will ground out to short. So he can't take advantage of that left-right split because he's utility. So that's 2 away. And that brings up the pitcher, Oil Can Boyd. That's a 3-5-6 left-right split, but this time it's righty on righty. That's a Circle K strikeout. And that's going to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Reds. And now Armstrong, the batter, the pitcher, will lead off. See what he can do. 1-6-6. Is the pitcher a workman? No, he's not. He's going to, if he a whiffer, yes, he's going to strike out. So Armstrong will take the whiff and take the seat. 1 away. Flip the order back over to Chris Sabo, who homered. So the only run of the game so far. 1-2-2. Is he a workman? No. Is batter champion or whiffer? No. He's going to line out to third. So Sabo hit it hard, but right to Wallach. And that is out number 2. So Sabo is out of there. And here's Winningham. 1-2-4. That's a control check for Boyd. He does have the control check, which means we have a ground out to short. Spike Owen will take care of it. It's a 1-2-3 inning. And at the end of 3 complete, still 1-0 Cincinnati. Both pitchers now will go to semi-freshness as we head to the fourth. And leading off will be DeShields. 2-3-4. Nobody's on base. Is he a hot batter? He's definitely not. He's going to pop it to third, where Sabo puts it away, one down. One away, and that's going to send up Marquise Grissom. 1-1-3. Is he ace or dynamic? No, he's not. Is he a slugger? He's a semi-scrapper. He's still going to single to center field unless he's a sad sack. He's not a sad sack, so the single will be good for Marquise Grissom. But the Expos have already had 2 guys caught stealing, so they're going to put the brakes on Grissom here and see if they can do something with their bats and not lose base runners on the base paths. So here's Tim Raines. 2-3-3. Ace or star. He is a semi-star, but the dot doesn't give it to him. Is a batter a slugger? Tim Raines is not a slugger. He's going to fly out to center field, and that's out number 2. So 2 down, and that takes us over to Tim Wallach. Struck out his first chance. 2-3-3, same roll. How about that? An ace or star? No. Slugger? Yes, he is. It's a home run to left field for Tim Wallach. A 2-run bomb for Tim Wallach off of Armstrong, and the Expos now grab a 2-1 lead. So he played with fire. That same roll came up the second time. This time a slugger was at the plate, and it cost him. 2-run home run for Wallach puts the Expos ahead 2-1. And here's Galarraga, 2-2-2. That's not good if you're the pitching side of the house. 2-2-2, a double to center field, but a home run king hits a home run. He's a slugger, but not a home run king. So thank goodness for that. If you're a Reds fan, he only doubles and not getting the home run. And that'll send up Larry Walker. 2-4-5. Pitcher is blank. Is he a hero? No, he's not a hero. He will pop to second, and that's going to end the inning. But the 2-run home run off the bat of Wallach has given the Expos a 2-1 lead. And that result was in red, so we're going to the experience chart to start the bottom of the fourth. Larkin is neutral. Boyd is an icon. So Boyd has the advantage. 2-6 on the experience chart. Icon pitcher, yes, experience with batter strikes him out. So Larkin will strike out. As the KG oil can Boyd figured out how to get him out with a strikeout. 1 away. Here's Benzinger. 4-5-6 for Benzinger. Is he patient? Benzinger is not patient. He's actually eager. So he's going to fly to center for out number 2. That's in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart where the Reds have the advantage. They are harmonious while the Expos are neutral. On the chemistry chart, 1-4. Batting team dissonance. No, they're not dissonant, so it's going to be a single. Would have been an out, but instead it's a single. And that's off the bat of O'Neill. So O'Neill will single off the chemistry chart. Keeps the inning going for Hal Morris. Morris, first time up, grounded to short. 3-5-5. Struggler or gilded pitcher? No. Champion. He's a semi-champion, but the dot doesn't give it to him. Would have been a double. So instead, he grounds out to second to end the inning. But that would have been an RBI double had that been a dot, but it was not. So the Reds come away empty-handed again. And the score still remains 2-1. As we head to the 5th inning. So an unfortunate break there for Cincinnati, not getting that dot. And now top of the or Fitzgerald, Owen, and Boyd, bottom of the order coming up for the Expos. 1-2-6. It's a freshness check. He's semi-fresh. The dot gives it to him. It's a line out to second base. 1 away. So since he got the dot, he retained his freshness for that at bat. And they retire Fitzgerald. Here is Owen. 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher is Owen Eager. He is not eager, so he's going to draw a walk. Owen will draw the walk. It's a 1-out walk. And it says that the active runner would steal. He is not active. We would normally go to the chemistry chart, but we're going to have a bunt play for Oil Can Boyd, so that's going to overrule that. And once again, just needs to basically avoid a 6. It's a 5. I think he's still, he's still okay with that. So we're going to say the bunt, you kind of have to just guess who he bunted it to. I'm just going to say he bunts it. Actually, I'm going to say he bunts in front of the plate, and Oliver will throw to Duncan covering second, with Spike Owen taking second base on the sacrifice. So now there are 2 outs for DeShields. So the sacrifice bunt will go 2-4. And now DeShields in a clutch situation. He's 0 for 1. 2, 3, 4 runners on base. Yes, they are. We got plate drama. Oliver is a neutral catcher. We need the dot in case it asks for control for Armstrong. Let's see. He does not have the control. If it asked for it, he would not have the control. 4-5. Catcher gold. No, he's not gold. It's going to be a pass ball. So the pass ball will send Owen to third base. Pass ball on Oliver. Sends Owen to third, and that results in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart. Again, advantage Reds on that one. 2-6. Batting team harmony. No, they're not harmonious, so he's going to ground to second, and that's going to end the inning. So DeShields grounds out to end the inning, and they strand Owen at third base. So they definitely catch a break there. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Score still 2-1 Cincinnati, or Montreal over Cincinnati. It'll be Duncan, Oliver, and Armstrong, the scheduled hitters for the Reds. Not sure if I need any sort of lighting here. Better lighting, I should say. I think it's got enough light here, so we'll go with it. Although it looks like, let's make sure the dice tray doesn't get cut off. In case that is, I apologize if that had been happening previously. I just noticed that. All right. I've had my Stratomatic screen up scoring the game, so I hadn't been noticing this. All right, here's Duncan. He singled his first time up. 1-1-5. And that is asking, is he fresh? But the dot does not give it to him, so he's not fresh. So it won't be a pop out. Home Run King or Sad Sack will strike out. He is neither one. So he's going to double to left field. How about that? Mariano Duncan, a leadoff double. And maybe that's something that can kickstart the Reds. Duncan 2 for 2 now. Continues to raise that average. And that'll bring up Joe Oliver. 3-4-6. Is he eager? Joe is not eager, so he's going to draw a walk. And again, that would normally take us to the chemistry chart, but Armstrong's going to be up there to bunt. So that's going to override the chemistry chart. We get a 5. That's a good bunt. So we're just going to say that it doesn't really matter. I'm definitely not doing the other team's defense, so it really doesn't matter. We're just going to see sacrifice to Oil Can Boyd. So that puts runners at second and third with 1 out now for the top of the order and Chris Sabo. Tying run is at the plate. I'm sorry, is on base. Go-ahead run's on base as well. And with 1 out, Expo is going to play the infield in. That would seem to be the play, is to play the infield in. And that's what they shall do. 1-3-5, that's the umpire result with the blue 1. So we go to the umpire chart for the very first time, and this is on a second and third umpire chart. So I will bring that out. Second and third umpire chart. So second and third umpire chart, and we'll see what happens. That's a 5-6 with the dot. Strict umpire at home. Jerry Crawford at home is semi-lenient. He is not strict, so that is a no. Strict umpire at home, call third strike. That's a no. Other umpires ball 4, so it's going to be a walk. So since he was not strict, Sabo will draw the free pass to load the bases. And now you wonder if the Reds or the Expos might lay back for the double play. As the bases are now loaded, they can turn the double play and get out of the inning. So they're going to play back for the double play with Herm Winningham at the plate. That's a 1-3-3. 1-3-3, I think, is asking if he's a slugger. It is, and he's not a slugger. He's going to fly to left, and on a lead die of 1, no sacrifice fly. Was not deep enough. So that's 2 away. As Winningham couldn't get it done. Now the infield back to their normal depth, and here's Barry Larkin. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? No. Whiffer or cold for Barry Larkin. He is neither one. Well, he's semi-cold because he struck out last time, but the dot says no. So we're going to infield drama for the Expos. And in their infield, DeShields is semi-iron. Everybody else is neutral. So everybody's neutral in the infield. 1-5, infield drama, all neutral. Infield drama, everybody neutral for the Expos. 1-5, shortstop, iron, no. Spike Owen is neutral. So instead of a single, it's going to be a ground out, and that's going to end the inning. So the Reds leave them loaded. We're going to say it's a fielder's choice. 6-4 to end the inning. And the Reds leave them loaded. Boy, talk about missed opportunities right there. You just saw one. And that's going to do it. As we go to the 6th, still 2-1. Nip and tuck, just like the first game was. But the Reds now leaving these guys on base. Definitely going to come back to bite them, you would think. All right, top of the 6th, final semi-freshness inning for both starting pitchers. Here's Grissom. So 1-6-6. He is not a workman. So that's going to be, and he's not a whiffer. So that's going to be a ground out to third, and we're going to the experience chart on the next at bat. So Grissom grounds out to Sabo, and Raines will be going to the experience chart as an icon against the semi-prospect Armstrong. So definite advantage Montreal. But let's see what the dice say. All right, so we got a prospect pitcher against an icon batter, and it's a 4-6. Icon pitcher, no, he's not an icon pitcher. If he was, he'd strike out the batter. Otherwise, hard shot to shallow right. Great play by the first baseman to pitcher for the out. Runners advance. There's nobody on base, so it's first baseman to pitcher. As nice play by Benziger on a hot shot, and he flips to Armstrong covering for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs now, and that brings up Wallach, who homered his last time up. 2-4-4. 2-4-4. Ask, is he an ace? No, he's not. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. So he grounds out to short, unless he's a whiffer, which he is not. So the ground out to Larkin ends the inning, and the Expos don't do much of anything in this inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and now Armstrong has lost all freshness. He is no longer fresh whatsoever. Boy, this is his final inning of semi-freshness. And he'll be facing Benziger. It'll be Benziger, Morris. I'm sorry, Benziger, O'Neill, and Morris. That's a 2-3-3, ace or star. He is a star, so it will be a ground out to Spike Owen by Benziger for out number 1. So Oil Can Boyd has had the Reds off balance in this one. Gave it the leadoff home run to Sabo, and that's been it. Here's O'Neill. 2-4-6. Does he have control? Yes, he does. It's a ground out back to Boyd. Easy play. 2 up, 2 down. And that will send us to Hal Morris. That's a 3-4-5 iron catcher. Fitzgerald's not an iron catcher. It's a batter of a good eye. He does not, so it's a strikeout to end the inning. That results in blue, and we would normally go to the right now chart. However, we will have a pitching change, and that will override things. So Armstrong will leave the game. He leaves trailing 2-1. So we'll get the total numbers on him before we make the move to the bullpen. So Armstrong, his final numbers, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. It was a big home run from Wallach. That was the big mistake. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. And now Lou Piniella's got to figure out who he wants to bring in and if there will be a double switch involved. If someone is, in fact, brought in. Pitcher spot is 3 batters away, so they could bring in somebody just to pitch 1 inning if need be, and then pinch hit for them. I think that's what they're going to do. They're not going to double switch here. We're just going to have a new pitcher, and it's going to be Rob Dibble. Rob Dibble will come in just to pitch the 1 inning. Just to pitch this 1 inning and keep the score where it is. At least that's what they hope. So Dibble will be coming on for the Reds in the top of the 7th. And we'll get the numbers on Dibble for the season on the replay. Dibble is 0-0 with a 0.69 earned run average, 13 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. So Dibble will be facing Galarraga. 3-5-6 is a left-right split chance, and it is a Circle K strikeout on the righty versus righty. So Dibble comes in and strikes out Galarraga to start the inning. Brings up Larry Walker. That is a 2-2-5. A star. No, he's not. Yes, he is a star. Take it back. He is a star. So it's a ground out to the infielder by choice. We're just going to say he grounds out to Duncan at second. 2 down. And that brings up Fitzgerald. So Dibble looking for a 1-2-3 inning. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. No. Good eye. No. It's a strikeout to end the inning. So Dibble, an impressive inning. 2 strikeouts included. He definitely won't hurt the old earned run average there. And that will be it for Dibble. He's going to go 1 inning. Strikeout 2, give up nothing. But he will be exiting as they will pinch hit for him. Let's see what they want to do with Boyd. He has lost all his freshness as well. And again, the bullpens are well rested. But Boyd's pitching pretty well, so they're going to keep him in there until he gets into trouble. They're going to let him start out facing Duncan. It is a 7th inning stretch, by the way. So if you want to pause the video or whatever and take me out to the ball games, feel free. But we're going to go ahead and keep rolling, literally and figuratively. Boyd to Duncan, who is 2 for 2, single and a double for Duncan. 1-5-6. Is Duncan a whiffer? No, he's not. So we have outfield drama. And again, in the outfield, Walker is semi-gold. Everybody else is neutral. Walker is neutral as well in this time around. So everybody's neutral on the outfield drama. And we get a 3-4 on the outfield drama with all neutral. Left fielder iron. No, he's not iron, so it'll be a fly out. It will not be an error. So the left fielder Raines hauls it in. 1 away. So 1 down, and that brings up Oliver. 2-3-3. And on a 2-3-3, it asks ace or star. And again, he is a star pitcher, so it's going to be a ground out to Spike Owen at short. 2 up and 2 down. And we'll get a pinch hitter for Dibble. And we'll see who they want to use off the bench. Looks like it's going to be Ken Griffey who will get the call. So Ken Griffey will pinch hit for the Reds. And then the new pitcher coming in, we'll see who that's going to be. Could be, it might very well go to Burtsis. But right now it's going to be Griffey doing the pinch hitting. And on the replay, Griffey is 0 for 3 on the season, so he does need some at-bats. 0 for 3, no RBIs, no walks. He has struck out once. So Griffey trying to keep the inning going if possible. Here against Boyd. That's a 1-2-3 flash and fresh. He's neither one, but it will be a ground out to short instead of a strikeout to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Reds, and through 7, score still remains 2-1. And now we need a new pitcher for Cincinnati. And that new pitcher will be Tim Burtsis. Burtsis on the replay is 1-0 with a 2.25 earned run average. 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So Tim Burtsis will be coming on. And that's going to be all for Roycan Boyd. He is scheduled to bat second this inning, so Boyd is done. So I need to get the numbers for Boyd. His final numbers, he is eligible to get the win and end this Cincinnati 7-game winning streak. Boyd is going to go 7 innings, give up 4 hits and a run, which was just the home run to Sabo. That's all he allowed. And let's see, he walked 2, struck out 3. So pinch hitting time coming up for the Expos after Spike Owens hits. And let's see, with the lefty Burtsis on there, they're going to probably go to a right-hander off the bench, you would think. And let's see who they might go to here. Most of their bench players are left-handed, though. So let's see what they want to do. Who do they have available to pinch hit? Looks like it's going to be Junior Naboa. He's the only righty on the bench, and he is a hero, semi-hero. So Spike Owen will be followed by Junior Naboa. So Naboa will be the pinch hitter when the time comes. But first things first, we deal with Spike Owen, Tim Burtsis and Spike Owen. That's a 2-2-6. He is not hit by the pitch because the dot's not there. He's not the cleanup hitter, so he will fly to left, and that's 1 away. As Owen hits a can of corn out to left field. And now Boyd will be called back, and the pinch hitter is Junior Naboa. They've got some switch hitters on the bench, but he is the only true right-hander on the bench. So that's why they went with him. And Naboa will step to the plate. 1-3-4. Gold catcher, no. Champion, no. It's outfield drama for Cincinnati, and everybody in the outfield is neutral for the Reds. Get a 5-6 for outfield drama. Those high numbers are a little scary. 5-6 outfield drama. Left fielder iron, no. Not iron. So left fielder Morris is not iron. He will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 down. And that will do it for Naboa. And that brings up the top of the order to Shields with 2 outs and the bases cleared. To Shields 0 for 2 with a walk. But was also caught stealing. 1-1-4. And I believe that's a freshness check, if I'm not mistaken. It is, and we're in the first inning of pitching for Burtsis, so he is fresh, which results in a ground out to Larkin. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Burtsis here in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And Montreal will need a new pitcher. So let's see who they're going to decide to bring in. Could go to Tim Burke for a 2-out save or a 2-inning save if they chose. Although Sampin's pretty good too. Boy, how do they choose to do this? They're going to go with, I believe they're going to go with Bill Sampin, the right-hander out of the bullpen. Although Burke is looming along with Steve Fry, a lefty. So they're going to go with Bill Sampin out of their bullpen. Bill Sampin will be on for the Expos in back of Oil Can Boyd. And he's going to face the top of the order, Sabo, Winningham, and Larkin. That's a 1-1-5. It's a freshness check. He just came in the game, so he's obviously fresh. So Sabo is going to pop it up to Wallach at third base for out number 1. 1 down, and here's Winningham. Now the question is, with Winningham, do you leave him in there to hit, or do you maybe bring in Billy Hatcher or somebody like that to pinch hit? Because Winningham so far is only 1 for 7 on the season, although he is a left-handed hitter. Well, this might be a good time to bring Hatcher in. And they are. They're going to bring Hatcher in. Hatcher is going to come in and pinch hit for Winningham, and he'll take over in center field. Billy Hatcher. So Billy Hatcher will pick up a bat and will hit for Winningham as the Reds are in crunch time. Billy Hatcher on the replay is hitting .353, 2 homers, 8 runs driven in. That's a 1-3-3. Is he a slugger? No, he's a semi-scrapper, so he's going to fly to left. A slugger would have had a game-tying home run, but Winningham wasn't a slugger either. I don't know if there's anybody on the bench that was a slugger I could have brought in. Rooms was a semi-slugger, but the dot didn't give it to him. No one else was a slugger, so everybody would have made an out on that. Wouldn't have mattered who I brought up. So Hatcher is out of there for out number 2 as he flies to left field. And that's going to send up Barry Larkin with 2 outs and the bases clear. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. He's got it. It's a strikeout. So he strikes out Larkin to end the inning. And we are going to the top of the 9th. Billy Hatcher will stay in the game to play center field. And let's see, Grissom, Raines, and Wallach are due up. Burtzis is now semi-fresh. Do they stick with Burtzis for a second inning is the question. That's going to be it for Sampin. He's going to go 1 inning. They're going to set it up for Tim Burke in the 9th. So Sampin goes 1 inning, gives up nothing, gets a strikeout. So certainly he did his job, and Tim Burke will be coming in to pitch the 9th inning. So let's see, with Grissom up and Burtzis there, do they go to the bullpen for a fresh arm? They might, because they don't want that semi-freshness to cost them. So they're going to bring in a relief pitcher, and it will be Tim Layana, a right-hander. So Tim Layana is going to come on and pitch for Cincinnati. No double switches. If his turn comes up in the batting order, they will immediately take him out. They just want him to get through this inning, if possible. They want him to just pitch the 9th and be done with it. So Layana on the replay, 1-1, but his ERA is 12.46. 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. But the 12.46 ERA is a little bit troubling. But they do have Norm Charlton loosely in the bullpen just in case Layana struggles. To try to milk a 9th inning out of him. 1-5-6 is the batter, a whiffer. Grissom is not, so we got outfield drama. And everybody's neutral in the Reds outfield. And that's a 55 in the outfield drama Right fielder iron. No, he's not. It's a fly out, and that's one away. So put away out there by O'Neill in right field for the first out, and it's in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart for the next at bat of Tim Raines. And of course, Reds are harmonious. Expos are neutral. 3-6 on the chemistry. 3-6 on the chemistry says batting team harmony. No, they're not. It would have been a double if they were harmonious, but instead it's a fly to left. So hauled in out there by Morris for out number 2. And that'll send up Tim Wallach. His home run, his 2-run homer in the 4th has been all the Expos needed so far. With a 1-1-6, it's a freshness check, and of course he is fresh. And that's going to end up being a strikeout for Tim Layana. Striking out Wallach to make it a 1-2-3 ninth inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for Cincinnati. They'll have to do it against the closer for the Expos, Tim Burke. So Burke will be coming on for the Expos. In real world, he was 3-3 with 20 saves and a 2.52 earned run average. 75 innings pitched, 71 hits, 21 walks, and 47 strikeouts. Did give up 6 long balls. And it's going to be facing Benziger, Morris, and Duncan. I'm sorry, Benziger, O'Neill, and Morris, and then Duncan if anybody gets on. So decent part of the Reds lineup, but boy, they sure do miss Eric Davis, that's for sure. They are already feeling his loss. So bottom of the 9th, here we go. Is there any magic in the Reds' bottom of the 9th lineup? 2-6-6. That's a hit by pitch chance. And he's out of there. Shouldn't have been Sampson. It should have been Burke, because I did make that change. But we already had a warning early on, and so Tim Burke has been ejected from the game. So the Expos will lose Tim Burke as he hits Benziger. And as much as there is a protest going on from Buck Rogers, the umpire says, hey, look, I told you hit batter was going to be an immediate ejection, and there you go. So Benziger is on. Do the Reds pinch run? Do they have anybody with speed that they can use as a pinch runner? Doesn't appear that way. Nope. So they're going to have to stick with semi-stoic Benziger. Only people on the bench are either stoic or semi-stoic as well, so might as well stay with who you have. But the bigger thing here is that Burke will have to leave. He hits a batter, so he's going to have to go. He hits Benziger, and that's an immediate ejection. So now the Expos will have to go to the bullpen again, and this time it looks like they're going for Steve Fry. They're going to use Fry out of the bullpen, a left-hander. Steve Fry will have to take over. Fry is an ace with semi-flash, so he's definitely not chump change. In real world, he was 8-2 with 9 saves and a 2.10 ERA. So in 56 innings pitched, only 44 hits. He did walk 29 in 56 innings, though. So surprised he didn't get some sort of a wildness, but he could. That could come up. You never know. So he's going to be facing Paul O'Neill and Hal Morris, a couple of lefties. So it might work out for the Expos after all. We'll have to wait and see. Here's O'Neill. 2-2-4. That's pitching at home, but again, that's going to cost the Expos. They're not at home. Is the batter a slugger? He's a semi-slugger, but the dot doesn't give it to him. It's still going to be a single to right field, and that's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. And that result is in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. And since we're in the 9th inning, that means that Fry is going to be cold. And Hal Morris is also going to be, let's see here. Fry is cold. And Hal Morris is also cold because he struck out his last time up. So we have cold batter against cold pitcher. This ought to be interesting. That's a 2-5. Cold against cold on the 2-5. 2-5. Hot batter would rip a single to right field. Otherwise, liner down the first base line, fielded by first for a line out. So he's going to line it to Galarraga for the first out of the inning. Will Hal Morris. And that's a big out there for Fry to get. But now the dangerous Mariano Duncan is up. He's 2 for 3 on the game. That's a 1-4-6 flash. He's got semi-flash. The dot gives it to him, so it will be a strikeout. Strikeout by Fry. And now the last chance for the Reds. It's Joe Oliver. He is their last opportunity. Unless they want to pinch hit for Oliver. Let's see if they want to go to the bench. They could go to Orlando Rooms. He is a semi-slugger. Or they could go to Oster. He's a semi-hero. Actually, they're going to go to Oster to pinch hit for Oliver. If it goes extra innings, Jeff Reed will come in to catch. But right now, Oster, Oliver's a 200 hitter on the season, so he's going to come back and be called back. And Ron Oster, the veteran, is going to come in and hit for Oliver. Oster in real world hit 299 on the replays, 231, but only 13 at bats. So Oster, it's all on Oster. This is a hunch that Lou Piniella is playing, and that is that Oster can get it done. The pitcher spot is on deck, so if they got to that, they would pinch hit with probably Luis Quinones. He's already picked up a bat, and he has stepped out there to hit. But right now, it's going to be all eyes are on Oster with 2 outs and the tying run in scoring position. It's a 2-3-5, and it asks, is the pitcher wild? No. Is the batter eager? He is semi-eager, but the dot does not give it to him. So he's going to ground to second, and that's going to end the inning and the game. So that's going to end up doing it. The Reds' winning streak has ended at 7 games as they fall to the Expos by the score of 2-1. So kudos to the Montreal pitching staff. And Steve Fry gets the save. So we'll get the totals. We will get the totals in the ball game. So for the Reds, who dropped to 10-4. Let's see, for the Expos, rather, it is 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. For the Reds, 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. Expos left 2 on base. The Reds left 7, and in particular, they left the bases loaded once, and they left 2 runners on in the 9th. So that was a kind of a killer there. Let's see, Leano went 1 inning, gave up nothing, and got a strikeout. And let's see here. Fry got the 2nd save for him for the season. The winner was Joaquin Boyd. Loser was Armstrong. He drops to 1-2 on the replay. Although his ERA is only $1.93, he just got no run support, so not much you could do there. Fry went 1 inning, gave up a hit, and got a strikeout. That was it. 2-1 ball game. So there is your final, that's the line score, and there's your final score sheet with the pitching results. Boyd the winner, and Armstrong the loser. And now the Reds drop to 10-4, and now they are no longer automatically harmonious going forward. They will have to go to the game day chart to figure all that stuff out. So we split the 2-game series so far out of the first 2 games. Game 3, the rubber match, will be coming up for the Reds. And pitchers in that game will be, let's see here. It will be Kevin Gross against Danny Jackson. So lefty Danny Jackson against right-hander Kevin Gross. And they will be your pitchers. I looked it up. The real game, Danny Jackson got injured in the 1st inning, and Ron Robinson pitched like 4 innings of shutout relief. Not shutout relief, but 4 innings of relief. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide now if I want Jackson. I think I'm just going to let Jackson go. I'm not, because I don't need to follow that meticulously, particularly not in this game. So I'm going to let the dice dictate and the game dictate what goes on there. But that's going to do it from here. The final score once again, Montreal 2 and the Reds 1. 7-game winning streak is over for Cincinnati. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.